As a wellness consultant, one of the most common situations I'm always presented with is how to boost immunity. People ask me all the time, how can I improve my immunity? How can I boost my immunity? How can I make my immune system stronger? And when COVID hit, this issue went through the roof. And there were so many people selling all sorts of immune boosters, things that are supposed to improve your immunity, among other things. But today, I'm going to bust that myth. Immunity is a lifestyle. In other words, it's a choice. What you do on a daily basis will contribute to your immunity, will contribute in boosting your immunity, making you stronger, making you withstand certain things, and it's also a bit genetic. Where you're born also counts. And so all these factors come into play. But today we are going to talk about 5 things that you can do to boost your immunity without necessarily taking any pills. So stick and stay. We're going to talk about 5 things you can do to boost your immunity. And the first thing you have to do to boost your immunity is to eat well. You are what you eat. You've heard that statement before, right? Yes, and it's indeed true. It is a fact that you are what you eat. What you put in your mouth makes all the difference. And so if you're eating a balanced diet, rich in nutrition, rich in carbs, proteins, vitamins, minerals, you have them in the right mix, your immune system will definitely be better for it, because indeed your immune system draws all its vitality from the food that we eat. If on the other hand you replace the good food you're eating with other things like alcohol, like recreational drugs, like smoking, you are going to have problems. And so mind what you put in your mouth, as it matters when it comes to your immune system. The second thing you ought to do if you're interested in boosting your immune system is exercise. Yes, my favorite, exercise. Now, as a wellness consultant, I cannot emphasize enough how important exercise is to your health. And indeed, 30 minutes of cardio workout 3 times a week makes a big difference when it comes to your immune system and your cardiovascular system for that matter, because your immune system literally thrives on your general well-being. You cannot be unhealthy, you cannot be overweight, you cannot be diabetic and expect your immune system to do what it's supposed to do fully, especially if your diabetes is poorly controlled, because indeed when your sugar levels are high, it makes your blood cells a bit sluggish. And so your white cells are not able to move fast enough to intercept the invading organisms. So you must make sure that if you're diabetic, your blood sugar is well controlled to enable your white cells to do their job and do it well. The third thing that you can do to improve your immune system is sleep. Yes, sleep. And I don't just mean shutting your eye. I'm talking about quality sleep. I'm going to do a whole video about sleep, but for this purpose, let me just break sleep down a little bit. If you keep a television on in your bedroom, you ought to stop today, because it's going to interfere with the quality of your sleep. If you are playing with your phone when you're supposed to be sleeping, you ought to stop, because it's going to interfere with the quality of your sleep. Quality sleep is not just length of sleep. It's about how deep you're able to sleep, because when you sleep, your body recovers, it's able to rebuild its stores, and your brain is able to take a load off and recover from a lot of the stress that has gone through throughout the day. And so quality sleep is very, very important. So you ought to dedicate time purposely for quality sleep. Number 4, do I really have to mention this? Stress management. Stress does affect your immunity as well, because when you're highly stressed or when you are consistently under a lot of pressure, your body responds by releasing certain hormones, certain chemicals that are aimed to help you to fight or to flee. Now, as these hormones remain high, they begin to have deleterious effects on the rest of your body's functions, including your immune system. And so stress management is very, very critical. That's why people who are constantly stressed end up dying young, you see. So please manage your stress. It's very important. And finally, keep good hygiene, whether it's personal, your working space, your environment. Hygiene is very, very important. It is obvious. You don't need to tell you that infection rates are higher in communities where hygiene is poor. In communities where people don't keep themselves clean enough, infection rates are always high. If you're in Africa, if you're in the malaria zone, you know that hygiene plays a key role when it comes to the breeding of mosquitoes who end up spreading the malaria parasite. And so obviously, even if you have done all the above 4 and you're constantly being bombarded by germs, your system is going to break down at some point. And so hygiene is very, very important. Personal hygiene is key, because you need to make sure that you're keeping your body clean, you're bathing as regularly as you need to, and then you are shaving where you need to, because all these are areas where germs can hide and then attack once they find a small opening. So personal hygiene house hygiene, community hygiene is very critical when it comes to boosting your immune system. So you've got all the factors. These are the 5 things you need to do to keep your immunity always high without necessarily taking drugs. Because even though supplements can help boost your immune system, they tend to be expensive and most of them don't really work. And so boost your immunity the easier way. I'm Dr. Kelvin, and thank you for subscribing to my channel. Oh, you haven't? Go ahead, click the subscribe button and activate the notification icon so that every time new content comes up, you get notified. Peace.